What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. So, yeah, in the aftermath of Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois becomes two-time heavyweight champion, winning the belt, the WBO heavyweight title off of Fabio Wardley. In light of this and in light of the nature of how much of a war the fight was and how much damage Fabio Wardley has taken, I've thought about this question of whether or not he should retire. Other people have. Hatman had a video about it live and stuff. And a lot of people are questioning whether or not Fabio Wardley should retire next or what he should do next. And, he's come out and said that, it was just a case of his body failing him, but his heart not failing him. As obviously in regards to the fact that he was taking a beating and then coming back and always fighting back, always trying to land shots, never giving up the fight until the fight was basically beaten out of him. He's one of those, you got to nail me to the canvas guys, and he never went down. And he showed such a tremendous degree of bravery, limited skills, obviously, but his heart was just enormous and he needed to be saved from himself that night. So for me personally, I think that really and truly the smart move to make for Fabio Wardley is actually to retire. I think that's the smart move. It's not the move that I would say 99% of boxers make. Most guys go on and fight too long. But I think when you just look at it in the cold, hard light of day, Fabio Wardley, he's been in there with some top guys. He's been a world champion. He's come from a background where he learned boxing as an adult. White collar, no real experience. You're fighting with very low level guys that, they're just white collar, as it says. They're just guys with normal jobs that want to have a go at boxing. So he never had no real experience coming into the game. He's being some top guys, Joseph Parker, Justice Hooney, Fraser Clark, who was an Olympian. He went life and death with him and then destroyed him in the rematch. He's got some reputable wins. Even guys like Nathan Gorman was a good amateur and he beat him. Nick Webb was a decent fighter. He beat him. He's got some, considering his experience and where he's coming from, he's got some incredible wins and he's done something amazing, which most boxers are not able to do. I mean, you got other boxers who have won Olympic medals and world medals. I remember guys like Frankie Gavin, who I watched in the amateurs, fantastic amateur, but wasn't able to realize that potential in the pro, like get to a pro world title. And you think Fabio Wardley, a guy coming from white collar without that background, thrust into boxing, done it by sort of sparring the best fighters around, and he got to a world title. So he's basically achieved something that, it's almost like the impossible he's achieved. So he's achieved, and he would have earned millions out of boxing now. And I think that the fact that he's in these great wins and great fights of his, he's had to go kind of life and death with people, with fighters, with Parker, with Clark, and with other guys. He's had to sort of roar back, get outboxed a bit, and then just roar it back with his athleticism and his determination and his heart. And he's been in a few wars, quite a few wars, and the Dubois fight was a real, shellacking where he didn't go down, but he was taking a real sustained beating, and that damage could even show up later on in his life. So for me, I think as a logical decision, probably the right thing would be to retire. But I think really and truly, going by the way Fabio Wardley's attitude is, I think he will probably carry on. And I think if he does carry on, before he carries on, he needs to just have a very long rest. And when he does come back to boxing, I think he just needs to take it lightly, just take a little warm-up fight, take someone very low down in the rankings, someone that's just going to sort of get your feet wet, someone low down, maybe even a journeyman type of fighter, just to sort of see what he's got. Because we saw the physical damage, what happened to him there, and that's going to take a long time to heal. And what we don't know is the internal damage. His head, his brain. We don't know what's going on there. So I think if he probably will come back, but he needs to take it slow, and he just needs to be matched quite carefully, and just see how he looks against someone quite low down, and then maybe go again. Maybe even a fight at some point. Him and Deontay Wilder would probably, because Wilder's quite washed up. Wardley's, we don't know how he's going to look now after Dubois, but yeah, I'd say he's probably does come back, but logically retirement would probably be a smart option. But let me know your thoughts anyway in the comments, and until next time, Semkill Boxing, over and out.